Let me ask you something very direct. If I walked into your office today and removed your CRM for 30 days, would your business collapse? Or would it continue exactly the same? If the answer is nothing much would change, then your CRM is not running your business. Your people are running your business, the phone calls are running your business, and Excel sheets are running the business. And this is dangerous in construction and building materials industry because in construction and building materials industry, small mistakes don't stay small. They become margin leaks, and margin leaks don't scream. They bleed silently. Hi, I'm Saronan, founder, Titanium TechZ. Most construction and building materials industry companies between 5 to 25 million revenue believe they are digital. They have Salesforce, they have dashboards, and they have reports. But here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't have an execution engine, you have a reporting tool. And reporting does not protect profit, but architecture does. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how your CRM implementation is leaking revenue, department, and what fixing is actually going to look like. Think about your last project where margin dropped unexpectedly. Was it because the client disappeared, or was it because any of the following? Your sales promised aggressively, estimation underestimated complexity, procurement didn't update pricing in time, site delay wasn't reflected immediately in your CRM, finance discovered overrun too late. In construction or building materials, profit doesn't disappear in one explosion, it disappears in disconnection. Most CRM implementations don't fix disconnection, they just digitize it. That gap between real life execution and where your system controls, this is called the execution gap. And the reason it exists, it is because of architectural gap. Let me break it down department by department for you. Sales, where the first leak begins. Does your CRM stop a salesperson from sending a quote below safe margin? Does it validate live material cost before quote being approved? Does it check stock availability automatically before promising any delivery? If validation happens after the commitment, that's actually architectural weakness. Sales isn't the problem, but the design is the problem. Next, the most important department in construction or building materials industry is the estimation. This is what we call the assumption machine. If estimation logic lives outside your CRM, you cannot track your estimation versus actual deviation trends, recurring cost mistakes, supplier pattern variation, labor miscalculation patterns. Architecture should connect history to future decisions. Without that, you are repeating mistakes at large scale. Next, the most important department is procurement department, where small changes becomes big damage. Suppliers have increased the cost by 4%. Procurement knows, but sales doesn't know. Quote already approved. Now, this situation leads to margin loss. If your CRM doesn't automatically recalculate margin impact and trigger revaluation, procurement operating in manual state, then manual system leak profit. Next, site operations. This is where the real execution gap is. When a subcontractor has delayed, does your CRM instantly reflect that? Timeline shift, equipment rental impact, labor cost drift, client communication. If updates happen after impact, your dashboard is fiction. Execution architecture requires real-time milestone login and cost impact visibility. Then finally, the most important department, which is your finance. Always discovering, never preventing. Finance sees margin drop and cash flow pressure, but they don't see early discounting, estimation assumptions, or supplier pricing shifts unless architecture connects those signals. Finance should predict erosion, not report it. The leadership department, the illusion of control. Revenue looks stronger, pipeline looks healthy, but if departments are disconnected, growth increases to chaos. Architecture must show cross-department dependency impact and margin drift indicators. What fixing it means? Fixing doesn't mean more dashboards or automation. It means embedding margin guardrails in sales, integrating estimation logic into CRM, syncing procurement with real-time pricing control, forcing site updates inside the system, giving finance predictive visibility, enforcing leadership discipline. This is the execution architecture. This is the ROI engineering. Now, if you are in the construction or building materials industry and your CRM feels like a tracking tool instead of a control system, this is exactly where we specialize in. We design industry-specific execution architecture for construction and building materials industries. Sales, estimation, procurement, site, finance, all connected. Book a construction CRM execution audit with our team and let's map your architectural gaps before they cost you another margin leak. Your CRM implementation is not useless, it may be incomplete. An incomplete architecture is expensive. Architect execution, profit margin, and engineering ROI. See you in my next video. Thank you.